Alright, alright, alright. Let's make sure we've got everything working. What is going on, guys? Welcome on to another show here. We're gonna be talking a lot of football here, guys. Don't worry, I'm gonna be putting the camera up in just a second, guys. Just working on something right quick. As you guys know, we are live. We are ready to do this thing. Just posted a video on the Jalen Ramsey trade. We're gonna be talking a lot about that. And yeah, my thumbnail was extremely bad looking. So I'm going to take off the thumbnail here. This thumbnail is pretty good, but I'm working on the thumbnail for the Jalen Ramsey video. I don't like the thumbnail it gave me, so I gotta make my own now. But I usually don't even make thumbnails for those videos. But welcome on, guys. Welcome on to the show. We have a lot to talk about here. I want to try to open up the phone lines earlier, just allow you guys to talk, because I'm so sorry, guys. I just sometimes my shows only have allow maybe 4 or 5 you guys to call in. I'm gonna try to prolong that, try to give you guys more and an opportunity to call in. There were 2 people that have a reserved spot to call in. I believe that was Jalen Dawkins. One was Jalen Dawkins, and I believe the other was Chris Sonor. So Chris Sonor, Jalen Dawkins, if you guys are in here, you guys want to call, make sure you guys are still here when I do open up the phone lines. And you guys have a number 1 spot priority, because of last call-in show, they really wanted to talk, and I couldn't. It was already past 10:15, so I just couldn't go any longer. But I didn't refresh the screen. Sorry about that, guys. But we got a lot of people in here. We got a lot. Mike Nixon, I did see that you sent me messages. I'll check them out in a second, my friend. But I'll check it out. Jalen Dawkins is here, just waiting on Chris Sonor as well. Jalen Dawkins, don't worry, you will be the first to call in. Mike Nixon, I gotta have Jalen Dawkins give him the okay for him to be the first caller just for today, just because last week you really wanted to call in. I just didn't have time, so now I'm doing it. D Rose says, "What's up, kid? I'm a big fan." I appreciate that, man. Listen, you guys aren't fans; you're more like supporters, okay? I don't know. I don't think I'm big enough for me to have fans yet. I think you guys are just more of supporters than anything. But thank you guys so much for joining in. As you guys, of course, Mike Nix, I'm still gonna take your call, of course, man. I want to try to talk to as much people as I can, as much people until 10 o'clock. That's pretty much my ideal time. I want to end it, just because the Chris and the Bag Dog they go live, right after me as well. So hold on, guys. I'm just fixing the thumbnail for this Jalen Ramsey video. For all the thumbnails I put on, like the ones I don't want to edit, the videos I do not want to edit, they always seem to give me the most terrible thumbnails. The most terrible thumbnails of me going like that. Always. There was one, I believe, where it literally caught me sneezing and it was my thumbnail. It was ridiculous. But I had to make a quick thumbnail. Hate it. What's the topics for today? Well, we have a lot to talk about. I want to talk about the Rams. I want to talk about trade targets, not for the New York Giants, but just in general, just being that, this is trade season right now. So I do want to talk about trade targets. I do want to talk about the Rams. I do want to talk, of course, the Giants. We're going to always be talking about the Giants. But any other NFL topics you guys want to talk about, we will talk about. I put out a video on Marcus Mariota. If you guys want to go further into that, I'm definitely into that. I'm about to put out a video on Kyler Murray tomorrow, of how much he's progressing and how much I like Kyler Murray. We could talk about Kyler Murray, being that we're facing him this week. A bunch of things. Whatever you guys want to talk about. This is a broad NFL show. Do not feel like you just have to talk about the Giants. We can talk broad NFL. I mostly like the NFL. I mostly pay attention to the NFL, guys. NFL is my niche. So if you guys want to talk basketball, we can talk a little bit of basketball. I know nothing about baseball, so I apologize about that, guys. I know so much for sweeping in the Bronx. Jared, did the Astros win today? I'm not sure. Did the Astros win? But I know that game started like 4 o'clock or something like that. Last time I saw it, I was at a pizza shop and it was 2-0. That game was. It only highlights your name that... Oh, yeah, okay. Alright, guys, so... let's start this show. As you guys know, I like to start it off with just giving you guys my broad NFL topics and things like that. You know, I'm not trying to bore you guys too much, but... let's see, I'm trying to... Alright, it's saved. Now my thumbnail looks a lot better. But guys, let's talk about some potential trade targets. Not just for the New York Giants. If you guys want to talk New York Giants, let's do it. But what's going on in Mitch? Well, first and foremost, forget about what I just said. First and foremost, let us shout out everybody in the chat. Everybody who's joining in. KB Sports Talk Live. You guys are awesome. Always joining in. Zach Rosen, Jared Williams, Muzz Cabal, Jorge, Giants Kid, MH, Visions, who's a Jaguars fan. Visions, I don't know if you like to call in, man, but I would like to get your opinion if you want to call in. Loopy is in here. Mr. Loopy. KB over dem debates. Well, I mean, oh, what do you mean debates? Like call-ins? When people call in? Like, what do you mean by that? Yes, Kid Blue, the Astros won. Okay, that sucks. So what are they? Are they down like 2-1 or something like that? 3-1? What are they down right now, Jared Williams? What are they down? Edwin is in the chat. Welcome into the show, guys. Jack T is here. Says, what's up, kid? Keep doing your thing. Appreciate that. The Democratic debates. Oh, yeah. Listen, if you guys want a good laugh, go watch the Democratic debate. I don't want to talk about politics. I don't want to offend anybody that may be a Democrat. But if you guys want a good laugh, you guys can watch the the Democratic debates. Them just tearing each other to shreds. The Hubs just said, I'm going to call in later. He put the 8 in there. But yeah, man. If you got, the Hub. No name. You guys always, when you call in, always appreciate when you call in, man. Show the damn TV. Listen, man. You want to see my TV? I'm a Kid Blue Crat. I'm a Kid Blue Crat. Yeah, man. King Blue, Steven Evans is in the chat. We got a lot of OGs in the chat, man. We got a lot of OGs. My guy Mike Nixon, Jared, Muzz, MH, Steven Evans. A lot of these OGs in here, man. OGs in here. Appreciate you guys joining in. I just hit 3.21K. As you guys know, the YouTube is all like screwed up now. It doesn't show the exact amount of subscribers now, so I can only see it by freaking tenths, so which sucks. So I can only see it every 10 subscribers. But, yeah, thank you guys for joining in. Bends the knees, gang. That's right. Jalen Ramsey has been traded to the Rams. I'm going to get some water real quick, and then we'll talk about Jalen Ramsey to the Rams in further detail. Yes. Mute's off. Sorry, I have to grab some water real quick, guys. What's going on? All right, so Kid Blue, Eagles screwed up. They needed a corner. Oh man, Mike Nixon, I'm so happy you brought that up, buddy. So happy. All the Eagles fans talking about we're gonna get Jalen Ramsey, we're gonna get Odell Beckham, we're gonna get everybody in the world. Bad Dog says it all the time. I love when he brings that up. Listen, they missed out on Marcus Peters because I know he's always up for trade. Every year everybody's saying he's up for trade. Hell, Kansas City traded him to the Rams. So Marcus Peters off the table, Jalen Ramsey off the table. I don't know who else is there. Maybe if the Broncos want to trade Chris Harris, I don't know. I know a couple years ago he was in trade talks as well. Don't know if he is today. I mean this year. But yeah, man, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Kirk Nephews is still elite. Yeah, Kirk Cousins is earning his money, man. Kirk Cousins is really earning his money. Xavier Howard. Xavier Howard is another good trade piece for the for Miami Dolphins to trade and for him to go to Philly. But yeah, so happy. So Jalen Ramsey traded to the Los Angeles Rams for 2 first-round picks and I believe another pick as well. I gotta check that. 2 first-round picks and a 4th-round pick. Now, obviously, I don't believe that the Jacksonville Jaguars that the Rams have 2 first-round picks this year. So I believe those 2 first-round picks is 1 this year, 1 next year, if I'm not mistaken. Then the 4th-round pick, I assume, this year. So listen, this is a win-win for both situations. Okay, this is a win-win. You trade Marcus Peters, right? Because he's an easy, movable guy. Yeah, a lot of people will instantly be interested in him. So you go ahead and trade him, get yourself another corner, and it said undisclosed pick. Does anybody know what pick it was for Marcus Peters? I want to assume it's a 2nd or 3rd round pick, but it says undisclosed. I don't know if that really came out yet. But Los Angeles Rams move him to Baltimore, and then they upgrade with him. They upgraded him with Jalen Ramsey, who's honestly probably a top 5 corner this year, a 5th rounder in 2021. Wow, the Baltimore Ravens got nothing for him. They got nothing for him. Wow, I did not know that. I thought it would be a 2nd or 3rd round pick at least, but I guess so. So they got Young. I don't know if that Tavon Young or Kenny Young. I think they got a couple Youngs on that secondary, but yeah, they have The Rams now have Young at cornerback, and now they have Jalen Ramsey at cornerback along with Aqib Talib. Now, I heard something that Aqib Talib is hurt right now. Is that true, guys? You're lucky man, KB, with all of this news. What do you mean, BNA? What do you mean with all of this news? I'm lucky. Jalen is the best corner in the league, either him or Gilmore. Gilmore's playing out of his freaking mind. I got to give it to Gilmore. Jalen Ramsey, I can't really... I'm brain farting right now. I can't really go give a specific list of the top 5 corners in the NFL, so I'm just going to say Jalen is top 5. He's probably 2nd best. I would have to really go through it. But, yeah, you think Von Miller will be traded? Jabbar, that's a good question. Now, Von Miller would have been traded, I think, by now, had it not been for Bradley Chubb tearing his ACL. Von Miller is their best pass rusher, and, you know, they're probably not going to trade him this year just because Bradley Chubb is out. Had Bradley Chubb been healthy, I think Von Miller would have been traded, if not been in talks already with being traded. He may still very well be traded. It depends if Denver keeps losing games. I think they feel like they're still in it for whatever reason, as a lot of these teams do. They still think they're in it, you know, down 2 games. They're 2-4 right now, and they might still think they have a chance, so that's why they're going to keep trying. But if the Denver Broncos lose anymore, Von Miller may be traded. I don't know if I would do it necessarily, but he may be traded. Noah Cahill is in the chat. NC Sports Talk. Oh, he changed to Noah Cahill. Appreciate you joining in, my friend. He's a free agent anyway after next year. Yeah, I heard that as well. He's a free agent next year anyway, so he would have to go to a contending team. Another Bronco in trade talks is Emmanuel Sanders. A lot of people are saying the Giants should pick him up. What for? The guy is like 31, 32 years old, and the Giants aren't going anywhere this year. I wouldn't bring him on. And he'll probably, I don't know what his contract is looking at, but I know at the time he was paid pretty generously. So, there's talk about Janoris Jenkins. Listen, Janoris Jenkins, very well. Listen, I'm very happy that Jenkins is playing a lot better because that's helping his his trade stock. If we sold Jalen Ramsey, or we traded Jalen Ramsey, a couple weeks ago where he was playing absolutely terrible, we may have gotten for a 5th, 6th round pick at the most. But now he's playing a lot better. He has 3 interceptions on the season, right? He has 2 interceptions on, I believe, Dwayne Haskins, or did he get one on Case Keenum as well? No, they're both on Dwayne Haskins, I believe. And then he has an interception on Tom Brady. So 3 interceptions on the year Jenkins has, and he is helping his trade stock a little bit. Maybe we can get him for a 3rd round, 4th round pick, which is a lot better. Now, if he gets another interception against Kyler Murray or whatever it is, and he plays a lot better, maybe get a pick 6, we may even get him for a 2nd round pick. It all depends on what have you done for me lately. Janoris Jenkins, if you guys want Janoris Jenkins traded, you better hope that he plays a lot better. Hope that he plays like an all-time like top 5 corner like in 2016, so we can trade him. No doubt in my mind, I think Dave Gettleman trades him anyway. I think Janoris Jenkins' days are numbered as a New York Giant. So just because this team wants to get a lot younger, and well, this team is very young, but this team wants to get a lot cheaper and younger, and that just helps us on both sides there with Janoris Jenkins. We're going to save a lot of money there, about over $10 million if we trade him now. So that's going to help our causes a lot as far as the cap goes, and as far as getting some younger guys in here, things like that. Nations is in the chat, says son really got Ramsey. Yeah, I know. Visions, a Jaguars fan. I have a Jaguars fan subscriber, and he says Visions is very upset of trading Jalen Ramsey. I'm excited to see what UCF Jaguar has to say. Loopy is kinda editable. Not sure what you mean by that, Steven Evans, but he wants to win. Updates on Deion Buchanan. Nothing on Deion Buchanan. Good question there, Colin. I haven't heard anything on Deion Buchanan yet. I thought it's a match made in heaven for the New York Giants. Absolutely match made in heaven. James Betcher really loved Deion Buchanan in his time with the Arizona Cardinals, both of them when they were on the Cardinals, and it was just a match made in heaven. That was Betcher's guy, man. That was Betcher's guy. What Betcher did with Deion Buchanan really turned the NFL into something different, that safeties could play linebacker. I know Mark Barron did it a couple years ago as well, Shaq Thompson as well, but Deion Buchanan is a very good success there, man. He's an actual linebacker now. The guy was a safety, he's an actual linebacker now, money backer. So, it's a match made in heaven. On top of that, the Giants at the inside linebacker position are very, very, very beat up. So that's not a good sign either. That's not a good sign for the Giants, but it's a very, very good, hint that Deion Buchanan needs to be a New York Giant. The writing's on the wall, man. They have to pull the trigger. They're not going to get, they won't have to pay too much for him. I know David Mayo played a lot better, but the Moss Boss had a hot date with Batgirl yesterday. Hey now, you serious? Hold on, you serious? I never know when you guys are trolling or not. Trust me. After Odell got traded on stream, and I thought you guys were lying, I can never tell what's real and what's not anymore. Turtho, haven't heard of you in a while, man. Long time no see is right. Good to talk to you, man. Good to talk to you guys. Let's see here. Maybe a pass rusher. Ingram is very tradable. Yeah, and Lupin, you mentioned that. Now, there was one thing I did agree with and one thing I did not agree with. Now, I'll talk about that very briefly because I know some people may even... This conversation is still happening now that Sam Darnold is, played better against Dallas. Listen, as far as Loopy saying that Evan Ingram is tradable, yes, he's absolutely tradable. Teams will be dying to have him. And do the Giants necessarily need him? I don't think the Giants necessarily need him. I don't think NFL teams that are trying to compete really say, oh, my tight end is is what we're going to use to win games. You really don't need that. Same thing with the wide receiver position. We traded Odell Beckham because we didn't need him to win. Same thing with Evan Ingram. Now, is he a great weapon? Absolutely. Absolutely, he's a great weapon. But as the Giants get desperate and they need to trade somebody and they need a good pick, your guy would be Evan Ingram. Now, as far as who is the easy trade option is Janoris Jenkins, but Evan Ingram would be my second option. If I want a second round pick to third round pick right now, if I want it right now and I'm desperate for it, I'm trading Evan Ingram. Now, if I'm Dave Gettleman, I don't do it. I don't do it because I don't have any weapons right now. Anyway, I know we don't need. Yeah, Colin says, do not trade Ingram. Yes, I would not trade Evan Ingram right now because of just the lack of weapons we have in general. Now, I know this year doesn't matter too much, but we really don't know what we're getting into next year. We say we have all this cap space. We say we're going to have good draft position, but all of that really falls on the other NFL teams. What if we're like the New York Knicks?
right? What if we're like say we trade Sterling Shepard, say we trade Evan Ingram, right? And then we get into free agency, and we get into the draft, and we get nobody we wanted, like the New York Knicks, am I right? The New York Knicks tanked all the way for Zion Williamson, and they were left with a 3rd overall pick, and they pick up R.J. Barrett. Now, R.J. Barrett's still going to be a great player, but that's not who they wanted. On top of that, they tanked to try to get KD and Kyrie on the Knicks, and we all know what happened there. So, as a New York Giants fan, as a New York sports fan, I do not want that to happen again. So, do not trade, because we traded Kristaps Porzingis in hope to get another star in here. Another star on the New York Knicks, and that did not happen. So, as a New York sports fan, I do not want that to happen. Keep Sterling, keep Ingram, and see what happens next year. Now, if we were extremely healthy, if Golden Tate played those 4 games as well, if Sterling Shepard was healthy, not on concussion protocol, if Saquon Barkley was healthy, then I'm looking at Ingram. I'm thinking about, should we get rid of him? Should we not? We have a lot of weapons on this offense anyway. We probably could move Evan Ingram. But the fact that Evan Ingram is probably our best offensive weapon right now tells me we should not trade him just yet. If Evan Ingram comes back without Saquon Barkley, of course. Let's not forget about Saquon Barkley. But yeah, as far as that goes, and then the second thing Loopy said in one of my comment sections, and I was like, oh, come on, man. He said that Saquon, and I know he's going to call about this later on, and I know I'm going to hear it, but listen. He said Saquon Barkley was the wrong pick in that draft, guys. Saquon Barkley was the wrong pick in the 2018 draft. I assume he wanted Sam Darnold just because of what he saw against the New York Jets. Now, do not get me wrong. I think Sam Darnold is an excellent quarterback. I think what he did against the Dallas Cowboys is excellent. I think he's developing. I think he's great. And Daniel Jones should be as good, if not better, than Sam Darnold. Now, it doesn't even matter if Sam Darnold is better. I don't even care if Sam Darnold is better than Daniel Jones. It's not going to be by a huge margin anyway. So I think the Giants, at the end of the day, made the best decision possible. And I'm just going to say that for anybody who believes, who is also with Loopy on this. Loopy, you're Loopy. You're a little loopy. You're a little loopy, man. He says you guys don't know. Listen, maybe they don't. Maybe they don't, but I do. And if they agree with me, then they do, Loopy. That was the best decision. Now, you could tell me quarterback versus running back, the relevance of position and the importance of the position all you want. But at the end of the day, who's going to help me win games more? Saquon Barkley and Sam Darnold. Why? Because we just got, in the next draft, we got a quarterback who's going to be of equal talent of Sam Darnold and equal production of Sam Darnold, if not even better. So the fact that you pair that up with Saquon Barkley and someone that is like Sam Darnold, you basically have Sam Darnold and Saquon Barkley. So why would you say that Saquon Barkley wasn't the right pick? Because if we went Saquon Barkley if we went Sam Darnold last year, that means we don't get Saquon Barkley this year. And you could say all you want, well, you can get any other running back in any other draft. I know that's it. Loopy, I know exactly what you're going to say, because you're not the first person who said this. You're not, honestly. I think everybody in the chat could testify to that. I've been doing this show quite a while, back when it was called Undrafted Analyst, right? People have said that to me before. We should have went with Sam Darnold, right? And we could find any other running back on the street. We could sign a running back. We could draft a running back. All of this, right? We can sign a running back, we can draft it, we can get one anywhere. But you can't get a Saquon Barkley anywhere. You can't get an Adrian Peterson anywhere. Saquon Barkley may be the best running back to ever live. And that's not me saying it, because I just want the best players ever. No, he legitimately gives us an equal shot of winning games as a quarterback would. That's how good Saquon Barkley is from the running back position. He legitimately gives us a chance to win equal to that of a quarterback, equal to that of a Sam Darnold. That's how insane Saquon Barkley is. He can take over a game himself. We could all talk about Odell Beckham and how he is not a quarterback, therefore he is not important. But Odell Beckham at the wide receiver position, I don't know why nowadays everybody's saying the wide receiver position is better than running backs, is more important than a running back. You're out of your mind. Running back, in my opinion, now they are very interchangeable. Running backs are interchangeable. There's just a lot of talent at running backs nowadays. But running back, having a good running game is the most vital, I don't care what anybody says, that is the most vital piece of football ever. It outweighs a pass rusher, it outweighs a cornerback, it outweighs, a quarterback, of course. Quarterback, of course, that's in a league of its own. But it outweighs every single position besides quarterback, in my opinion. I know a lot of people are going to say, well, running backs are interchangeable. Yes, but having a good running game is the best thing you can have on a team because it eats up clock, it helps up the offense and the defense. So that's what I'm going to say about that. So in my opinion, I don't care what anybody says. I've heard it all already, and I've debated it all. I've shut it all down. There's no way in hell Saquon Barkley was the wrong pick. He was the best pick in the draft. No way in hell. You're telling me if we picked up Sam Darnold, things would be different. You're telling me, we have Sam Darnold. Okay, we have Sam Darnold. What, we draft another running back in the later rounds and we just have a decent run game, if not pretty good run game? Come on, man. Come on. Sam Darnold has Le'Veon Bell next to him. Let's keep that in mind. Was there a Le'Veon Bell in this draft? No, there wasn't. So I know, guys. It's old news. I can't spend too much time on this, but a lot of people, that's starting to come up again. That Loopy's not the only one. That's starting to come up again, being that Sam Darnold just won against Dallas and Saquon's hurt. So people like to use, recent events to prove their point. So Saquon Barkley is hurt. He's not producing any yards. Sam Darnold comes back from mono and comes back against the Dallas Cowboys. Therefore, Sam Darnold is the better pick against better than Saquon. That's just logic. I'm being sarcastic, guys. Breaking news, Jalen Ramsey's now on the Rams. Yes, Jordan, I did hear about that. Jalen Ramsey is now on the Rams. I thought I wanted to talk about some other stuff as well. I'm trying to remember here. I should have wrote it down. I didn't write anything down on that, man. But, let's talk about the Dallas Cowboys real quick. Why not? Let's have a good laugh at the Dallas Cowboys. He's hurt. LL running backs got 5 years max. I'll save it for the phone. You're not understanding. Loopy, something you're not understanding. And trust me, I'm in complete agreement with you that running backs' lifespan is not very good, right? But you have a quarterback already. We already have Daniel Jones. It doesn't even matter if Daniel Jones doesn't come up to Sam Darnold's career because they're not going to be too far behind. There's no way in hell that Daniel Jones is going to be a bust. There's no way in hell that Sam Darnold is going to be leagues better than Daniel Jones by the end of their career, right? We already have your Sam Darnold. And then we got Saquon Barkley. And then we got the best running back to possibly ever live. And I'm not even over-exaggerating. Okay? Saquon was the best pick. We got our quarterback as well. We killed two birds with 2 stones, 2 birds and 2 drafts, 2 major positions we needed to fill, and we filled it the correct way. So, and on top of that, let's talk about running backs have a 5-year lifespan. When you talk about generational running backs, besides Bo Jackson, because he played 2 sports, he had a crazy injury, what other generational running backs have you seen only have less than a 5-year career? I'll be waiting. Gurley tore his ACL in college. Gurley has had knee issues in college. Everybody was saying Gurley and Sony Michel, those 2 running backs from Georgia, everybody knew they weren't going to last. That's why Sony Michel also dropped in that draft he was drafted. He was picked with the last pick in the draft. Sony Michel could have been a top 15 pick had, those knee issues not come out. Generational running backs. I'm talking about, and by the way, Gurley I don't think is much of a generational running back. I think Gurley is a elite running back. I don't think he's a generational running back. A generational running back is Barry Sanders. A generational running back is a Saquon Barkley. A generational running back is an Adrian Peterson. You can possibly put Ezekiel Elliott in there. Matter of fact, you can put Ezekiel Elliott in there. David Wilson, He's not a generational running back. Generational running backs are going to have a 5+ year career. So don't worry about that. Don't worry about the Giants. I mean, Saquon Barkley only having a 5-year career because he's a running back. Don't worry about that. Generational running backs are going to have much more of a career. Their bodies are just built for it. They're just built for it. Saquon Barkley had a high ankle sprain, and he's coming back against Arizona. Adrian Peterson tore his ACL. The next year, led the league in rushing and had a career year. If that's not enough evidence for you guys, I don't know what is. Generational running backs are the most prized possession in the NFL. What are the Dallas Cowboys without Ezekiel Elliott? Right? What are the Dallas Cowboys without Ezekiel Elliott? The Giants are in a very similar situation. Daniel Jones is going to be Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley is going to be a crazy duo. Who's more important to the team, Daniel Jones or Saquon Barkley? That's going to be the narrative for the next 5-6 years until we actually get our answer. Same thing with the Dallas Cowboys. Who's more vital to the Cowboys' success on offense? Dak Prescott or Ezekiel Elliott? That's what a lot of people are getting after. And what's the answer for both of those questions? Ezekiel Elliott and Saquon Barkley. Ezekiel Elliott and Saquon Barkley. Generational running backs will always take a higher position than a decent to above average quarterback. Because at the time right now, Daniel Jones is good. Sam Darnold is good. But at the time right now, they are above average quarterbacks. But who are Ezekiel Elliott and Saquon Barkley? Generational running backs. Forget elite. They are generational running backs. I'll always take that over an above average quarterback. Always. 10 times out of 10. 10 times out of 10. If you tell me you would rather have Sam Darnold over Adrian Peterson, let's just say that. Say Sam Darnold, Adrian Peterson, and you know which career was which, right? I'm taking Adrian Peterson. All the way. But do want to open up the phone lines pretty soon. Did you apologize over your reaction to Daniel Jones on draft night? No, I'm not going to apologize. I don't think any video maker is going to apologize for it. Do we feel bad? Absolutely. I would not. If I was sitting right next to Daniel Jones and someone mentioned that, I'm probably going to go, yeah, probably shouldn't have said that. But I'm not going to regret it. I'm not going to apologize for it. Just because that was my legit reaction. And I think that was everybody's reaction. I don't need to apologize just because I make YouTube videos. I don't need to apologize because I'm media, right? That I'm a voice, right? Otherwise, you would have to have every single Giants fan apologize. Besides guys like Q-Dog. Q-Dog is quite literally, the only Giants fan that wanted Daniel Jones with that 6th pick. He is the only Giants fan I know that I'll always give credit for. He always came in my comment section saying, Kid Blue, Daniel Jones at number 6, book it. I want Daniel Jones at number 6. He was a Daniel Jones fanatic. And I was like, what drugs are you smoking, Q-Dog? Stop smoking the drugs, man. What are you shooting up? Whatever it is, I want it. I'm just playing, guys. I don't do drugs. But just in case YouTube comes after me. But yeah, I'm not going to apologize for Daniel Jones. Watch, we would trade Ellison to the Patriots for a 5th. I believe they just picked up Eric Tomlinson, so I don't think they're going to pick up another tight end, guys. Eric Tomlinson, who's formerly of the New York Giants, who spent quite a bit of weeks with us, probably like three or 4 weeks with us. He is now on the Patriots. Logan says you guys give me a piece of I think it's halfway gone now, man. Are you gonna do a video segment this week or no? Depends if you guys. Depends. Let me check out the video, Mike Nixon, because I do want to get to the calls early. So I want to give you guys a chance to talk, guys, and I will try my best, try my darndest to limit the phone calls, guys. I don't want to. Not that I don't want to talk to you guys. Of course not. It's just that I want enough time for everybody. So I'm going to check something out real quick.
Go to my other account here. You just have to pick one. Eagles won't win a Super Bowl with what? O-line and pass rush. They use first-round picks on O-line and D-line and a quarterback. Yes, Loopy, we have the quarterback. We're getting the offensive lines together. Loopy, you said it on your on the call last week. I remember what you said on the call last week. Jerry Reese screwed up this team with all the drafts that he had. Well, it doesn't take 1 or 2 drafts to fix it. It doesn't take 1 or 2 free agencies to fix it. It is going to take some time. We have the quarterback. I wanted Jones. Okay, then what are you complaining about, Loopy? What is your deal? What are you complaining about? You wanted him from the beginning. Then what are you complaining about? We got a generational running back, and we have Daniel Jones, who you wanted. Okay, we're gonna get some offensive linemen. We'll get some defensive linemen. We have like $90 million in cap next year. We'll pick up somebody, and we'll draft somebody. We'll have an early first-round pick. You want Chase Young? You want I can never pronounce that guy's last name. You guys know who I'm talking about. No, I don't know what the hell his last name is. You want him? We're probably going to get one of those guys. I like Jerry Judy's a good option, whatever. I don't want a wide receiver in the first round. I don't believe in wide receivers in the first round unless they're generational wide receivers. For every position there's always a generational guy, right? There's always a generational guy at a position, whether that be left tackle, whether that be even tight end, whether that be the cornerback or safety. Some may be more rare than others, but there's always generational guys there. Epenesa. Yeah, did I get it right, guys? Epenesa. I'm keep getting mixed up with Jake Seresna, who was on the New York Giants, who was on the Giants this preseason. I keep getting him mixed up with Epensa. Espensa. What the hell, man? Who created these last names, dude? Who did this? Alright, let me check it out, Mike. First video. That's an interesting video. We could check it out, guys. That's a good video for discussion. Gio, aren't you Hispanic? Yeah, I am Hispanic, but that doesn't sound like a freaking Hispanic name. That ain't no damn Hispanic name. That's really a Hispanic name. Espensa. That ain't a Spanish last name, dude. That is not a Spanish last name. Ain't no way I ever heard that in my life. Hispanic. Yeah. His name is Hispanic. So guys, that's one video we'll check out for you guys. It's a first thing. By the way, guys, let's get your opinion on this first. This is by Mike Nixon. Let's get your opinion on it first, guys. Do you guys think Patrick Mahomes is still the MVP of the NFL with everything going on with Russell Wilson, with everything going on with all of these other teams? Do you guys think Christian McCaffrey? Christian McCaffrey may be the first running back in a long time to win MVP, guys. Maybe the first running back in a long, long time. So you guys let me know. Do you guys and if not, if Patrick Mahomes isn't you guys' pick for MVP, who is your pick for MVP so far this season? I know it's too hard to tell. We're not even halfway through the season. I get that. But let me know who is your pick for MVP so far this season. Esperanza. No, Damien, not Esperanza. Isn't that like faith in Spanish or something like that? Or hope or something like that. But no, it's not. That's not his last name. It's Espensa. That guy's last name is Spencer. I don't know his freaking name. Russell Wilson, Deshaun Watson. That's an interesting one. McCaffrey. No, it's McCafferty. McCaffrey's carrying the entire offense. Yes, he is. Now let's get to that video because I think that's a very good video to watch.
talking about the MVP. That's a very good discussion, in my opinion. So let's check it out here. No free advertisements. No free advertisements. No free advertisements. No. Let's check this out, guys. It is justified, in my opinion. Ligma said Kittle. What the hell? Teddy Bridgewater. No audio. Oh, yeah. Sorry about that, guys. I'll put it up right now. I gotta turn that down whenever I do it in the beginning of my streams. Oops, did not want to go full screen with that.
McCoy and Damian Williams, inconsistent running the football out of the backfield, highs and lows. Sammy.
What the hell? This thing's
is going down for a little bit, et cetera, et cetera. We get all of that.
But
in the end, it's really not about just that. It's the combination of that and how both Russell Wilson and Deshaun Watson have looked. And when you look at how they've looked and the way that they've been playing, along with a Christian McCaffrey as Dan.
As a black man, I have to adjust the audio every now and then.
The kind of year that they're having. Again, it's not about, is Patrick Mahomes better? Like, for example, you might be a better quarterback, but Christian McCaffrey ain't no quarterback. That's not the position he plays. He's a running back. He's a tailback. He comes out of the backfield. He catches passes. He's an all-purpose back for the Carolina Panthers. Look at what he's doing. Look at
Christian
what
McCaffrey, baby. I hope he wins it. I'm pulling for McCaffrey.
Cam Newton in the damn line.
I'm pulling for McCaffrey.
Has been balling out. Russell Wilson, Seattle, off to their best start since 2013 or 2012. We know it's because of Russell Wilson and what he's been doing. We can't ignore that. Deshaun Watson.
Somebody said that.
Coach. He doesn't have Tyreek Hill, even though he's got DeAndre
Eric
Hopkins.
Flowers.
Even Will Fuller, Kenny Stills, they can ball, but there's still question marks up and down from time to time. But the greatness of Deshaun Watson, and this is why I say we ain't just looking at numbers, because if we're just looking at numbers, we can look at Aaron Rodgers and say, excuse me, nonsense. But when you look at what you do in the moment that is called upon to do something.
CMC or Saquon is better. Saquon's better, but CMC's having a great year just because Saquon's hurt. But CMC is awesome.
When you look at Deshaun Watson, the level of greatness that this brother puts forth, Lamar Jackson, another dude that's been balling. There are too many guys that have elevated their level of play to such a degree where if we're going to sit up there and say, we'd be talking about them if it wasn't for Patrick Mahomes. Well, then we have to talk about them.
Why would you trade Kevin Zeitler again?
We're accustomed to seeing them.
Why would you trade Kevin Zeitler to the team you just traded him for?
Check this out, okay? This is a reaction to the fact that for the first time someone's hopped them, jumped them in the MVP
AJ Samoan,
right?
Thank you.
And that's Russell Wilson. And
Thank
I get
you.
it.
He's
You
not
can make a hell of a
Hispanic.
case for Russell Wilson. I thought the last several weeks since Mahomes
Hispanic.
won, Russell Wilson too, and others were bringing up, I brought up Christian McCaffrey early, but as a top 4 or 5 guy, and others Deshaun Watson, and who I like a lot, and other guys.
Okay.
You got a real good case for Russell Wilson.
Trinity boy, what's going on, man?
Talk about Patrick Mahomes, who I still think the best case can be made for. You know what drove me crazy?
They sold him for fifth rounder.
No,
guys, stop.
Was criticized
trying to trade
for playing
our
on
pieces.
one leg in the Super Bowl. Remember that? I found there was like a racial component to that. Like, wait, he's toughing it out and playing on what? T.O.
Got it.
Wait, he's playing on one leg in the Super Bowl and he's toughing it out.
Molly bashing.
Now, it's one thing if
we
you
can
say,
Molly bash. Let's go.
She's
She's pretty.
Quarterbacks and other players will do that. They're going out there playing hurt, but dude, you're not
that's a
the same.
good question.
You're not
B&A.
good enough to help your team.
B&A said, would you trade... Oh, what the freak? Sorry, guys. Let's see. B&A just said, would you trade up from 10 to 3 for Chase Young? That, my friend, is a very good question. It's something that cannot be answered yet just because you don't really know how well these guys' draft stock is going up and down, where we're going to be at. Okay, he said if we're at 10. Okay, fine. And you don't know where the Giants are at right now as far as who they're going to trade, what picks they're going to trade to get to 3. That's going to be a complicated question. I love that, though. I'm going to be thinking about that by the end of the year, B&A, because by the end of the year, I don't think the Giants are going to have a top 5 pick. I think they're going to be one of the better teams of the worst teams in the NFL. They might have a top 10 pick, and we may be asking the same question come off season. What are the Giants going to do for Chase Young? What are they going to do? And it might even be the number 1 overall pick, man. It might be the number 1 overall pick because these quarterbacks ain't looking too good. Two was always good. But I haven't heard too much from Justin Herbert. Maybe you guys have. I haven't heard too much of him. And Jake Fromm just lost to freaking, South Carolina. So, that's a very good question, B&A. Great question.
Guy on the bench could help you more if you weren't playing. But T.O. was the best player on the field in the Super Bowl.
I don't
he
care
just
about
deserved praise, right? Like extra praise. You're the best dude on one leg. 1 interception. It's 14 touchdowns, no interceptions. He saw he had a free play. He threw it down the field. They gave him the free play. Then they realized, oh, wait a minute, it's not pass interference. Got the call wrong. There was a foul on the field. It should have been 5 yards and a first down. So that 1 interception is utter nonsense. It's 14 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Now let's look at the results. He has 2 losses. How's the Chiefs' offensive line? It's been among the worst in football.
Molly in every single conversation video.
Oh,
of course, because Molly doesn't know how to keep her mouth shut. She's a moderator. She's not supposed to give her opinion. She's supposed to be non-biased. Sedan Smith. You look at all these other moderators that First Take has had, even on other shows, like Undisputed, like Colin Cowherd. They may give their 2 cents every once in a while, but Molly will legit debate with them. Molly will legit counter Stephen A. Smith and Max Kellerman while they're talking, as if she's supposed to be speaking. She's a moderator. Even Will Kane, everybody could say, oh, because she's a girl. No, even Will Kane, when he moderates, he doesn't talk either. When you're a moderator, you don't talk. You're not supposed to give your 2 cents. You're not supposed to be a debater as well. Georgia's all right. They're just cannon fodder for Alabama.
As Deshaun Watson does with the Chiefs personnel right now. I mean, that's the issue. And now let's look at Patrick Mahomes' foot. He's playing on a bad wheel. He's got a bum wheel right now, and he's throwing off the back foot and still putting up 14 touchdowns, no interceptions. And the 2 losses, let's look at those. In both cases, he brought his team back to give them a chance to win at the end. They at least had a chance for an onside kick the first week, and that was a 1-score game this last loss, which, again, there was a bad call on Mahomes that resulted in, the point is, Mahomes-Wilson is close, I agree. I don't take credit away from Mahomes for being on a worse team than Russell Wilson right now, with worse protection, worse, run defense, etc. The Seattle Seahawks have rebuilt their line, their defense, the whole thing.
All right.
And I give him extra credit for playing.
Good. It's a very good video. I just don't want to play the whole thing. Very good video. Very good points. I see what Max that's the wrong scene. I see what Max Kellerman is saying. I get where he's coming from. But at the same time, you can't just go off of last year as well. You got to go off of this year. Who's just playing well right now? Russell Wilson, in every single game since they've started, he has had a 100, at least a 100 passer rating. He's having an amazing season right now. CMC, Christian McCaffrey, is a one-man army. Forget about a two-man army. He is a one-man army. And I would love to see... I got to update the chat again. Hold on. And I would love to see Christian McCaffrey. I would love to see Christian McCaffrey win the MVP. Just because this gets something like the MVP is a quarterback award now, and it's not even supposed to be, but it's a quarterback award now. I know Alvin Kamara was in the talks last year, but he wasn't even close to getting it. He wasn't even 1,000 yards in any. He wasn't at 1,000 yards in any passing, in any receiving or rushing, so he's not going to get it. He had a lot of scrimmage yards, don't get me wrong, but he wasn't even a 1,000-yard runner or receiver, so he's not going to get it. But Christian McCaffrey is I think the NFL's leading rusher right now, really up there in receiving yards right now. He's got more receiving yards than most wide receivers. I mean, the guy is just a one-man army, has a bunch of touchdowns. I mean, I'm loving Christian McCaffrey. I'm talking about he's a white running back. When do you ever see white running backs? You never see white running backs. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. I would love for Christian McCaffrey to be the MVP of this season, man. I'm rooting for him. I really am, especially a fan of the running back position. Running back is my favorite position. So I would love the running back position to get noticed with Christian McCaffrey getting that MVP. I'm back. Kid Blue looking like a man. That's right, man. That's right. I shaved today. Shaved the whiskers today. CP says, yo, Manchester United. Long-time subscriber. Why would you trade Zeitler? We just got... Yankee King has a lot of interesting takes, I'll tell you that much. He said, my New York Giants trade block, in my opinion, Nate Solder, Kevin Zeitler, Alec Ogletree. He basically wants to trade anybody that could provide any production for us. Moving on. So, Yankee King, I want to get your opinion, your honest opinion. Who do you replace Kevin Zeitler with? Who do you replace Nate Solder with? And I'll leave it there. I'll leave it there. Who are you going to replace them with? Are you going to sign on some random bum? Some random bum to play the left tackle? Is that what you're going to do? We root for a tie in the Eagles-Cowboys game. Oh, yeah. We'd love to see a tie. Love to see a tie. Love to see it. Marcus Golden is having a great year. We're not trading Marcus Golden. Yeah, I'm not going to trade Marcus Golden. Guys, Marcus Golden is spelled with a K. I'm sorry. I hate to be that guy, but it bothers me sometimes. It bothers me sometimes seeing stuff spelled wrong. Andrew Thomas from Georgia. Yeah, he's a good option at tackle as well. Like, yeah, but you're talking about trading him now. Who are you going to start at left tackle for the rest of the season? We're not talking about the draft. We're talking about right now. If you trade Nate Solder and Kevin Zeitler right now, who are you replacing them with? Joel said Joe Bitonio, but he's on the Browns. Trent Williams? So then you have to trade for Trent Williams. You can't do it. You can't do it. That needs to be someone on the market right now. You can't trade. You guys can't trade a left tackle and expect a left tackle in return. It doesn't work like that. You can't trade your left tackle somewhere and then go to another team and say, hey, can I have your left tackle? I don't have one. You can't do that. It doesn't work like that. I want AJ, everybody with this freaking name. I want AJ Apenesna. But I thought it was Espensa. I don't know, man. You guys are spelling it wrong. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm going to look it up on Google Translate. Hold on, guys. Let's look it up on the old Google Translate. I'll put it on speaker for you guys. Let me look up his name. Let's see. Where is he from? Iowa, right? Is he from Iowa? Where is he? What college is he from, guys? Iowa? Alright. So his name is AJ Andrew Jared Epenesna. Why was somebody saying Espensa? No, you guys are making me look bad. It's Epen. Yeah, you got it. You got it, Hub. You got it. So let's go to Google Translate. Let's see if it means anything to it. Google Translate will probably tell us if it means anything. So we're going to do auto detect. And we're going to do, his name is Epensa. Epensa. Epenesa. Epenesa. Oh, yeah, it's Samoan. It is Samoan. Epenesna. It doesn't have any English meaning, though. It's Samoan, but doesn't have a Samoan translation. But let's hear it. Let's hear it. I am lost, MH. I am lost. Kid Blue is background checking these prospects. That's right. You smoking drugs? You smoking them drugs at Penesna? Espinoza? At Peninsula? A Peninsula? Huh? You smoking that dope, boy? Don't play with me, Espinoza. Don't play with me, Espinoza. Alright. Alright, here we go, guys.
Ebenezer. Ebenezer.
Epenesa. That makes a lot more sense. His name is AJ Epenesa, not AJ Epinesa. AJ Epinesa. What kind of freaking last name is that? Music Max. That's the exact translation, buddy. That's the exact... NJL, come on. Hey, NJL, leave him alone, man. That's fine. That's fine. Oh, no, well, the other one, you can't just spew out derogatives like that, Music Max, but I know what you're trying to say there. But, yes, that is the correct pronunciation, guys. There you go.
Ebenezer. Ebenezer.
Epinesa, not Epinesa. Freaking people, these last names get weirder and weirder every freaking year. I swear, it's like going back to school. It's like going back to school and learning another language in this NFL draft, man. The NBA is even worse. Yeah, these freaking French people, these French names, these freaking Haitian names, these freaking oh my gosh, with the worst one are the Russian names. The Russian names are insane. Like Akshovik, Akshovik. Like what the heck? Yeah, right. Tua Tagovailoa. You know it took me a good week saying that to get that name, Tua Tagovailoa. Like what kind of freaking names are these, man? Oh Lord. Kid Blue is critical of other races and how they. Oh God. Everybody's gonna call me a racist. Entertainment video. Yeah, he posted a video. Alright guys, let us go in. If you guys want to call in, let me open the good old Skype. Draft Mike Hunt. You know what, CP? I don't even know who Mike Hunt is, but I might draft Mike Hunt just because his name is easy to pronounce. That's it. That is it. Colin Stapleton said Kid Blue is KKK confirmed. Oh, Lord. Hold on. Let me open up my Skype, guys. Let me log into my Skype. I'm going to put the name up in just a second, Loopy. The number. If you guys haven't already, I haven't asked this all day. Make sure you guys hit that like button for me. Helps me out a lot. Yeah, you guys, I always like when you guys hit that like button. Subscribe if you guys are new as well. My Skype just crashed on me, which is good that it crashes now and not later, because it just crashes once. So I hope this is the only crash that happens. So now that we got that out of the way, guys, his name is AJ Epinesa. All right, so I want to hear you illiterate people out there mispronounce. Oh my God, I hear my own voice. I don't want to hear you guys mispronouncing Mr. Epinesa's name. You hear me? Chase Young, nice and simple. That's right, and he's probably the better player. So how about we just get Chase Young? Mackenzie is in the chat. What's going on, Mackenzie? Jalen Ramsey got traded to the Rams. Yes, he did. We talked about that earlier, Mackenzie. You missed a lot, Mackenzie. By the way, long time no see, Mackenzie. But you missed a lot. We're over here talking about AJ Epinesa and how to pronounce his name. And also, we talked about, for any of you guys joining in as well, NJL is in the chat as well. What else we talked about? We talked about Saquon Barkley, how he was the best pick rather than Sam Darnold and things like that. So, guys, we're going to get into the calls. We have a lot to talk about. If you got, like I said, we talked about a lot, guys. Wait till the pre-recording is over and you guys can hear everything that happened. But we're having a blast so far. We are having an amazing time. If you guys are enjoying it as well, make sure you guys hit that like button. Abrar is in the building. Says, sup, bro? Sup, Abrar? What's up, brother? What's up, my brother? What's going on, my friend? Yeah, Tua is the last. Tua last name is a month of practice. That's right. Tagovailoa. It's a tongue twister, man. What's the number? Yo, Loopy. Chill. Loopy. By the way, Jalen Dawkins and Chris Sonor, are you guys in the chat? If you guys are in the chat, you guys get a free call. Your call has been forwarded. No, your call will be first. Jaden is here. I keep saying Jalen. I'm sorry, Jaden. That's my fault, my friend. I keep saying Jalen. My fonts is so small. My thing is so small, and like the chat is so small, and it says like I see the little thing going down. I just see Jalen, not Jaden. So, or maybe I'm just illiterate. Maybe I'm dyslexic. I don't know. Could be both. Or maybe I'm just stupid. Maybe I'm just stupid. But it doesn't matter. Why Skype is like failing to open up right now, and that is not a good thing. I might have to use Google Chrome for it. Let's try using Google Chrome. Because my Skype is not cooperating. It just crashed on me. It keeps crashing on me. Hold on. Alright. Epinesa. Yeah, it keeps crashing on me. My Skype keeps crashing. So I'm gonna open up Skype from a browser. From Chrome. Now it's gonna have to log me in because I don't think I'm automatically logged in on browser. Yep. Oh, I am logged in. All right. Use Skype Online. Let me see the chat from here. Kid Blue is an illiterate racist. Oh man. But Mackenzie said, how have you been doing? I'm awesome, Mackenzie. Trying to catch up in the chat a little bit. I would sit Barkley and Shepard for the rest of the year and save them for 2020. All depends, man. I still want to see Saquon Barkley play. I don't think his injury is that severe. Sterling Shepard's a different thing, but I don't think Saquon Barkley's injury is that severe. He may even come back this week, so he may be okay. All right, guys. So you guys want the number? Here is the number. Take this off. That is the number for you guys. Go ahead and call in. Jaden Dawkins, your call will be first. So no matter who calls in, doesn't matter. Jaden Dawkins is going first. Chris Sonor, if he pops in, he's going first. Hub, I know you're calling, my friend, but I'm sorry. I gotta keep my word to my boy Jaden Dawkins. He needed to call last week. He couldn't get the opportunity. Loopy is calling. Hold on, Loopy. I told you guys if you guys call. Hold on. Wait till Jaden calls. Love you guys. I want to hear what you guys have to say, but I'm waiting for Jaden to call in. Jaden, you got about a good 30 seconds, buddy. You got about 30 seconds, buddy, before I allow somebody else to call in. You got to call in, Jaden. You got to call in, buddy. Come on. We're all rooting for you. Everybody, let's go. Let's go, Jaden, in the chat. Everybody say, let's go, Jaden. Let's go, Jaden. Come on, Jaden. No, it's not Jaden. It's Jalen. Come on, Jaden. Let's go. Loopy's calling again. Jaden squad. Hold on, Loopy. Loopy's about to blow his top. Loopy's probably red in the face right now, ready to explode. Jaden, 30 seconds. 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. I almost forgot how to count for a second. 9. Here we go, guys. We got Jaden Dawkins in here. Jaden Dawkins. Mr. Jaden. What's going on, buddy?
What's good, Kid Blue?
What's up, man? I've been waiting for you, man. I've been waiting for you.
And thank you for getting my name right. It's Jaden, not Jalen.
Yeah, my bad, man. I don't know. I'm just stupid or I'm just dyslexic. I don't know.
What you think of Jalen Ramsey going to the Rams?
Oh, man. Jalen Ramsey going to the Rams, it's a win-win situation, man. Win-win situation for both teams. The Jacksonville Jaguars get 2 first-round picks this year and another 2 first-round picks next year because their own first-round picks. So they get to have, 4 first-round pick selections in the next 2 years. They're looking pretty money right now. As far as the Rams, I hear a little bit of echo. I don't know if you have me on speaker or something like that, but
Hello?
What I think Jalen's going to the Rams, I think it's going to help the Rams defense at corner position because you got him and Akeem to leave. So I'm pretty sure it'll work out.
Yeah. Yeah, and also on top of that, the Rams got rid of Marcus Peters and they upgraded him with Jalen Ramsey. So you gotta love the move from the Rams, and they're making a lot of moves. They're trying to win right now.
What you think of Barkley coming back?
I firmly believe he may even come back this week against Arizona. Just because that we did release Jonathan Hillman. By the way, guys, he is on the practice squad now. We did get him onto the practice squad, but Saquon Barkley should be playing this week against Arizona. Now they haven't confirmed that, but I'd probably say that he is playing.
Yeah, for somebody that said trade Evan Ingram. Get off the drugs, please. That's what I'm saying. No, you cannot trade Evan Ingram.
That's my guy, Loopy.
He's one of our main pieces to the offense.
Mm-hmm.
He adds a lot of depth to that receiver or tight end because he plays both anyway.
Yeah. Also, Yankee King wants to trade everybody too. So we got a couple people that want to trade our pieces, but
bro, this is not the New York Knicks.
I know. I mentioned it, man. If we trade everybody now, then we get left empty-handed, like the New York Knicks did this year. I mean, we're gonna look stupid. We're gonna look stupid.
Pretty much.
Yeah, man.
What you think? What you think, Daniel Jones and Kyler Murray going up head-to-head on Sunday?
Oh, I'm excited. I am excited. Just because, I mean, obviously, I don't think these two quarterbacks are really going to be, compared for the rest of their careers. But they were drafted in the same class, so I mean, of course, everybody's gonna be looking forward to it. And who winds up being the better quarterback? I think at the end of the day, I'm not gonna lie. I think at the end of the day, I think Kyler Murray will look like the better quarterback just because of how he's playing right now, how he's been playing in this regular season. And as far as the Cardinals winning the game, I don't think that may happen. But I think at the end of the day, it may be Kyler Murray that looks better than Daniel Jones because of just Kyler Murray's ability to get out the pocket and make plays with his feet. Something the Giants are really struggling right now is setting the edge. So that could be a problem.
Like for the Giants, this coming up season, I know nobody talks about this. Nobody ever brings it up. I really think we need to draft a safety in the draft because Antoine Bethea, he absolutely sucks.
Yeah, he sucks.
He can't cover, and he can't tackle. All he's getting is stiff arm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely want to get a safety. Whether that be third. I definitely think it's one of our most needed positions because right now, the Giants are allowing too many deep passes, and that is because firmly of the safeties. Now the cornerbacks have something to do with it as well, but the safeties are there to give help to the last line of defense. There's no excuse. They should be biting on play action and allowing wide receivers to go deep. Safeties have no business biting on play action. That's something the linebackers need to do more so than anybody else. So safeties have nothing to do with play action, and yet Antoine Bethea still remains one of the worst safeties I've ever watched on film. Terrible safety. He's absolutely bad. Jabril Peppers is a strong safety, box safety, nothing more, nothing less. He is not a coverage safety. They tried him doing that against the Bills. They tried to do that with the Dallas Cowboys with Jabril Peppers against those teams, and he was just not looking good. So, right now he's playing like, dime backer. Right now he's playing in the box, and that's where he belongs because that's where he's really shining.
What you think on the Jets being Dallas?
Jets beating Dallas. Oh man, I'm happy. I made a video on it. I think it's more so. I don't think Dallas really did anything wrong in that game. I just think they weren't expecting the team that the Jets. The team that the Jets became. They were playing motivated football all year. The Jets were playing lazy. They weren't really trying because of the quarterback situation. Now they get Sam Darnold back, and the defense looked strong, absolutely strong.
Thank you for the super chat, Dylan Renner. My bodyguard, Mr. Renner, is in the building. He says, Ramsey to the Rams. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Thoughts? And what's up? I already gave my thoughts earlier, Dylan, but thank you for the super chat. I just said it was a great trade for both teams. Extremely great trade for both teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to everybody in the chat.
Yeah,
Way
man.
older than me and shout out to everybody.
Yeah, man. Everybody was waiting for you to call in, too.
Yeah, because I know everybody was counting from 30 to 1. Like, yo, can you hurry up and get on, please?
Yeah. It's all good, buddy.
You probably got, like, a lot of callers in, but they're going to have to wait a little bit.
Yeah, man. So,
Like,
anything else you want to mention?
Bell, it takes patience.
Huh?
It takes patience, like Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah. Like Le'Veon Bell.
I wanted Barkley to come back, but he got to be fully healthy. That's why I'm worrying about this game.
Yeah, I think he will. I think for the most part he's fully healthy. Like I said this last week, if we had all our guys healthy, if we had Ingram healthy, if we had Sterling healthy, if we had all these other guys healthy, I firmly believe Saquon Barkley would have played against the Patriots. But they didn't want to. You know, we had no chance in that game, so I don't think they really wanted to risk it. I think he's fully healthy now, man. I really think he's going to play and just be like nothing ever happened this week against Arizona.
This game coming up against the Cardinals, the one thing I'm worried about is Kyler Murray's speed because he could run out of pocket, he could throw. That's the main thing I'm worried about.
Yeah, he's definitely going to get out the pocket, and we definitely have a problem setting the edge as well.
Yeah, I'm worried about linebackers because all we do is bite on play action. All we do is do play action. And we fall for it every time. That's why I don't be impressed by the defense, except Marcus Golden and Jabril Peppers.
Yeah, I mean, it's a young defense that we definitely got to figure something. James Bettcher definitely has to figure something out. But Jay, anything else you want to say, man, before I let you go? We got some people calling.
Fire Pat Shermer.
All right, he's a Fire Pat Shermer guy. A lot of mixed.
He's not doing a good job at coaching at all. Like it's the Patriots. You're down 14-28 with 7 minutes remaining. You punted? What?
Yeah, I know. A lot of people are saying that. I know.
And Tom Coughlin would have went for it.
Yeah, Tom Coughlin had a lot of balls. What's going on, King Justin? But yeah, man. All right, so I'm gonna have to let you go, Jaden. But thank you for calling in, buddy.
Yeah, because I know you got a lot of callers coming in.
Yeah, everybody's trying to call in right now, man.
All
right, buddy. Thanks.
All right.
All right, that was Jaden. We're moving on to Loopy now. What the heck? Loopy, I just picked up your... Loopy, I think you hung up. What's going on? You are alive. Who's this?
Yo, is this Kid Blue?
Yes, sir. Who is this?
This is Joey Ross.
What's up, buddy?
What's going on? I'm calling in to talk about the Giants in comparison to my Browns because we aren't living up to expectations. How everyone hyped us up going into the season talking Super Bowl or bust, and we've come out and we've looked like garbage. Odell's had 2 out of 6 good games. Baker Mayfield looks like the worst QB in the NFL, and I don't know what to say. I mean, there's been talk circulating today about us trying to get Trent Williams, but I don't know how on board I am on that. So I don't know what you think is the biggest problem for the Browns.
Oh, you're not gonna like it. I don't know how big of a Baker Mayfield fan you are, man, but it's Baker Mayfield, and I'm not saying that because of his play. I'm really saying that because of all the chirping he's doing, in this season.
He talks to.
Yeah, he's attacking absolutely everybody for no reason, and it's infectious, man. Because Jarvis Landry got a little snappy, and he was for the most part a pretty respectful guy.
He's pretty much.
Yeah, he got a little snappy with the media. Odell Beckham's out here wearing a watch, flaunting his stuff and talking about you shouldn't, don't worry about my watch and worry about my play, all that stuff. It's really catching on, and these NFL players are hearing everything that's going on, man, and they have a target on their back because of the culture that Baker Mayfield started. It's all about the culture that he started.
I think for what we thought we were going to get with all the talk with Odell Beckham, I thought he's actually been pretty mild as well.
Mm-hmm.
But, Baker's the one talking. The Giants put that first half out when I had those super chats for you. I was watching, and those Giants look pretty good.
Yeah. They looked good until the end of the third and the fourth, but I mean we stuck
then
in.
The bottom fell out, and Tom Brady became Tom Brady again.
Yeah.
But I honestly think that the Giants have a chance to compete in that division.
Really? And it's coming from a Browns fan. All right, I like it.
That's a hot take. That's a hot take. I think the Giants have a chance to do something in that division. Because if you look at the Cowboys, who just lost to the Jets, they lost 3 straight. I wouldn't be surprised if Jason Garrett's on his way out soon.
Oh, I hope so. Well, as a matter of fact, I hope he's there forever just because he sucks. But, I mean, for the Dallas Cowboys' sake, they would hope so.
The Eagles are in turmoil because after Zach Brown opened his mouth, they fired him.
Oh, yeah. I know they did that to send a message for sure. They were trying to send a message. Anybody talks crap and tries to ruin the culture around here, they're out. They are out.
And the Redskins are the second worst team in the NFL.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I didn't even know what happened. I know the Redskins won that game like 17-16 against Miami, but Jesus, I mean, who the hell watched that? Who the hell watched that game?
Miami lost on purpose.
You think?
Yeah, 100%. Dude, they're not trying to lose that pick.
Yeah, you're right. And to the Redskins too, because the Redskins are probably going to be competing with them for that.
Yeah,
one.
I think there's going to be an 0-16 team in the Dolphins, a 1-15 team in the Redskins. I don't know who they're going to beat, but they'll beat somebody. And I think the Bengals are going to go 2-14.
Man, do you know how many wins that's going to give other teams? Like, it's going to be so top heavy in this draft. Like, there's going to be a bunch of 11-5, 12-4 teams this year, man. Just because of how bad these other teams are. Yeah, like it's got to balance out, man. It's got to balance out. All the wins that those terrible teams could be having are going to go to these teams. A lot of teams are going to look a lot better this year just because of their record.
Although I think the Jets aren't going to be bottom feeders. I think they're actually going to compete.
Oh yeah, I firmly believe that. Yeah.
Those first 4 games, but I believe in the game against my Browns, if Darnold played, we lose that game.
Yeah.
Because we looked horrible. Even though we won by 20 points, it felt like we lost.
I know a lot of Browns fans were upset about that, upset about how they looked on prime time, and I don't blame them.
And another thing, do you think Freddie Kitchens is going to last in Cleveland?
Hell no. And listen, you better hope you guys don't land with Jason Garrett, man. You guys hope, because if Freddie Kitchens gets fired, and by the end of the year Jason Garrett's fired too, Jason Garrett might be on his way to Cleveland. You got to be careful, man. Do not get Jason Garrett.
I would lose my mind. I would literally want to die.
Oh, man.
I can't take the pain anymore.
Oh, imagine a head coach that doesn't know how to control his team with players like Baker Mayfield and Odell Beckham and Jarvis Landry. Oh, my God.
And I watched the post-game press conferences, and he doesn't give any insight. He says the same thing every time.
Yep. And did you see the video of him clapping and trying to give a high five to his players, and they just went right by him? They just gave him a cold shoulder. You still there?
Was that Freddie Kitchens?
Huh?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay.
Was that Freddie Kitchens or Jason Garrett?
Jason Garrett.
Yeah, I saw that. That was that's symbolizing.
Oh yeah. Oh, they don't like Jason Garrett no more, man. He doesn't motivate the team. What does he do? He's just a clapper. He's a clapping puppet for Jerry Jones. Pretty much what he is.
I think have you I'm gonna guess you've seen the stuff about with Stephen A. Smith and clowning on the Cowboys.
Oh man, I love watching those videos. I love waking up to
So
see
funny.
that, man. It's amazing. It's awesome.
All right, well, I'm gonna let you get to some other callers. Thanks for taking my call, Kid Blue.
No problem, man. Thank you for calling in, man.
Yes, sir. Later.
All right, buddy. See you. All right, guys. That was a Browns fan, guys. All right. Kush, what's up, buddy?
What's up, Kid Blue?
What's going on, man? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, bro. I'm feeling good, yo. I'm actually like in the middle of midterms week, yo.
Oh.
But that's like towards the end of this week and next week. So
Oh.
you know, just taking it, man. Just taking it slowly.
Hell no, man. I don't like that. When I think of midterms, I just want to cry instantly. No, I'm not. That's why I don't do college anymore.
No, the good thing is at least this semester I actually have, it's like most of my classes are like easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. All right. So I guess the first two topics I want to start off with, man. I'm gonna let you pick which one of the two. I want to talk about Pat Shurmur
Okay.
or Julian Love.
Ooh. Hey, you go first, man. I would love to talk about both. Go ahead.
I guess I'll start off with Pat Shurmur because, like, in a lot of my recent vids, I've been also one of the dudes that's been on the fire Pat Shurmur train,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't want to necessarily completely retract my statements because, in the long run, I don't think he's the guy that could take this Giants team all the way. I don't think he's that coach.
I agree with you.
But I do want to give him, like, I don't want to say a pass or a mulligan, but he does have, a little bit of an excuse in the fact that he hasn't dealt with the full offense at his full strength at any point during the season yet. There is that fact that I guess I kind of overlooked whenever I talk about this dude. He never had Shepard, Ingram, Barkley, and Tate on the field at the same time. He never had really the offensive line has performed well, throughout the season so far, but there's been games where they just sort of dropped the ball. Like in Tampa Bay, the offensive line performed horribly. Against the Vikings, they performed horribly and stuff like that. So he kind of has that going for him as to why this offense kind of sucks a little bit, like, let's be honest.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But one of my main points, I guess for you if you didn't catch it, and for anybody out there listening, is Pat Shurmur needs to go because we're 6 games into the season, and he hasn't had one game yet where he's called a good game offensively. He's had one.
You're just dropped. Okay. Reconnection successful. You still hear me?
Yeah, I'm still hearing you.
Okay. I don't know what it is. Every time I join something, I join something with you, it just like.
Bro, I
it
recall
messes
the
up.
last time the stream just died.
Fox like cut me down, but now OBS just told me like, hey, we just disconnected
They
you.
can't handle, bro. They can't handle the truth, bro. They can't handle the truth.
Yeah, right. They can't handle the words you speak, man. But we're back. It's back now. It's connected. But
Did the stream hear what I say, or do I have to repeat myself?
no, I don't think they missed out on too much. They didn't miss out on. It was like it cut off for like 10 seconds, if anything. But you could reiterate the last few words you said.
I guess the very last things I said is that it's unacceptable as a head coach, especially one that takes care of offensive play calling, to not have a single good offensive game yet. He's had one good half in Tampa Bay, and you could really give that to Daniel Jones and him just coming out here and like doing everything, which is what happened.
Yeah.
But he hasn't had a good game yet. So I just want to hear your thoughts on that and all that.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, it seems like even when we win games, we're still like, Pat Shurmur, what the hell are you calling out there, man? Like, it's not even just, should we have gone, like, not even just the general decisions a head coach should make, because he is also calling the plays. So when I see Eli Penny getting a freaking toss on 3rd down, or Eli Penny getting a screen on 3rd down, it makes me think,
And it's like third
what
and
is
long,
he?
too.
Yes, what is he smoking against the New England Patriots? I almost lost my head when I saw that 3rd down play. You go to Eli Penny, your fullback, on a halfback screen. You have got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. And
he's no, go on.
Yeah, I don't know what I don't know what Pat Shermer is thinking, but he's running more plays with he's running more running plays with Hilliman and Penny than he did with Saquon. Saquon was used like 5 times and a half. Jonathan Hilliman had like 6 carries in the first quarter. So I don't know what Pat Shermer just can't figure out how to use his personnel. I think he's a little overwhelmed with how much pieces he had. With Engram, with Sterling, like you said though, we haven't seen all of them play together at once before. With Daniel Jones in the lineup as well. So he has a lot of pieces that I don't think he knows how to mess with, really.
And you could use that same last sentence you said there could be enough to disqualify him as a head coach. If you don't know how to use those pieces, why do you have the job?
Yes, exactly. Just like Freddie Kitchens. On the Browns.
Exactly.
So it's very similar situations there.
My dream coach, real quick before I get back on track, it just hit me for some reason. What if we got Bruce Arians, bro? Reunite Bruce Arians and James Bettcher on this team. That would be so cool. But that's just like fantasy plan. Oh my God, Bruce Arians with DJ? Oh, it's over, bro. It's over. With Saquon, it's over.
I wouldn't mind it whatsoever. It's just that I don't think Bruce Arians is leaving Tampa Bay just because of how good Jameis Winston is doing. Even if they don't keep Jameis Winston, I think they keep Bruce Arians just because of how well he's doing with that offense. With Jameis Winston more so because Jameis Winston looks better. He just looks flat out better this year.
Definitely.
So it's good.
I agree with you there.
It's gonna be hard to get Bruce Arians within the coming years. I think he's gonna stay there in Tampa for I want to say at least 3 years. So that's gonna take a little bit of time. But I mean, hopefully the Giants are looking at any offensive coordinator. I really don't want a defensive guy because if we get a defensive guy like Salah from the 49ers, right? If we get a defensive guy, well Salah runs a 4-3, so I don't know. We may have to switch to the 4-3 if we get him. If we get a defensive guy, he has to have a good bond with the quarterback because really you don't see defensive head coaches really be successful with a team with a young quarterback unless they have a good bond. You look at Eli and Tom Coughlin. Tom Coughlin is a defense guy. He does defense, and he had a great bond with Eli. Bill Belichick is a defense guy. A lot of people think that Bill Belichick runs the plays for Tom Brady. That's how close they are. It's not that whatsoever. I mean, Bill Belichick is a defensive guy. You look at a couple. There's a couple of other teams that is escaping my mind right now. But Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin is a defensive guy, and Ben Roethlisberger. If you get a defensive head coach, you better hope they have a good bond with your quarterback. You can't just get a defensive head coach and hope you're going to succeed. That's why a lot of teams get offensive head coaches because it just works out better. They have more chemistry, the coach and the quarterback. That's a very good chemistry a team needs to have. So if the Giants go after another coach, it has to, in my opinion, I would say it has to be an offensive guy.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's just also with the way the NFL is headed, it's really an easier path to success. But unfortunately, as much as I want Shermer gone, I don't think we're going to get rid of him because looking at who's going to be out there in the head coaching pool after this year, it's not great, and we don't know what it's going to be like, I don't know, next offseason. But, really, if we would make a change, it should be now. Plus, there's the fact that I don't think the organization wants to switch through another head coach that fast. It would be the same length that Ben McAdoo was there, 2 years, and I don't think they're, the Giants are a team that, want to keep that reputation. I don't think they want to smear it in any way as much as I think he should go because long-term and right now, I don't know, man, he's just not the guy. He's great as an offensive coordinator, but I think you brought up a really good point that I never thought about. He doesn't know what to do with all his weapons, and that's a problem.
Yeah, and that's a real good sign that you shouldn't be the head coach. Because not only does he have to worry about the offense, he has to worry about defense as well because he's the head coach. So he has to keep his head in everybody's business. All the situation that happened on this football team, he has to be the final say in that. I think it's a little too much for him. I think that's what he's thinking right now. It's too much for him.
There is kind of a solution. I don't want to say solution because we don't know if it would work, but we're in kind of a weird year right now, right? We're halfway between transitioning, and with how bad the NFC East is, we're actually halfway between competing. But we could really experiment with handing over play calling duties to Shula and let Shermer just be a head coach and see how that works out for a couple of games. We can do that, and if we do that, it should be this year.
I've wanted that for ever since Shermer was hired and he said he was making play calls, I was on board at first because of how well he did in Minnesota as a coordinator, but as the weeks gone by and the play calling just gets terrible, I'm like, we have Mike Shula here. He's a part of that Shula generation, that Shula family tree. He should be fine calling plays. And on top of that, Shula is a ground and pound type guy, which is probably one of the reasons that which is probably one of the reasons Pat Shurmur doesn't want him calling the plays, because Pat Shurmur loves to pass the ball. Pat Shurmur loves the quick throws. And the timing routes, things like that, the slants and the posts and the outs and the curls, things like that. Pat Shurmur loves that type of stuff. Mike Shula was the offensive coordinator in Carolina. He's a ground and pound guy. He loves running the football. Saquon Barkley would thrive in a system with Mike Shula, but Pat Shurmur will not give him the opportunity. Yep, Pat Shurmur
for
will
real.
not give him
And even though Shula is a ground and pound guy, it doesn't mean he doesn't know how to work with quarterbacks. He worked with Cam Newton, and they worked well. For a couple of years, they did work well. And the thing that gets me really mad about Shurmur is that he's misusing our greatest player in Saquon because he doesn't run the ball.
I know.
I don't know, man.
5 carries and a half. 5 carries in a whole 2 quarters. Love it.
Yeah, I think that was actually the title of my recap video for Dallas. I was so angry. I was like, you know what? Let's move on to Julian Love. Let's move on to Julian Love before.
Okay.
All right. So the first caller, can't remember her name, but it was a really good call. Brought up the point of we need to target safety. Why don't we just see what's up with Julian Love? And I'll give something to James Bettcher just like I did to Pat Shurmur. I like James Bettcher as our defensive coordinator. I think he's pretty good. Our defense over the weeks has actually improved as we expected it to.
Yeah.
Unlike the offense, it's improving every week. Pass rush is improving every week. Linebacker play, even though we're down to 4 and practice squad guys, has been very consistent and also improving, even though we're playing with practice squad guys. That's something I got to give James Bettcher credit for. And the secondary has been really, really slowly improving, not at a pace I'd like, but really, really slowly.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, there has to be a reason he isn't putting in Julian Love or Corey Ballantyne. So instead of going and looking for a free safety in the draft or free agency, we've been playing this guy and training him at free safety for the offseason. Why don't we put him in there?
That is one of the questions that is forever. I don't think it's ever going to be answered. Even when Julian Love or Corey Ballantyne is thrown in there, I legit don't think that's ever going to be answered, because I don't think they have an answer. Like, just throw the guys in there. Antoine Bethea, I watch every single film the Giants have, every film of the games the Giants have played this season, and I can't help but notice Antoine Bethea 20 yards back. 20 yards back, biting on play action. What the hell are you doing, biting on play action 20 yards back? You think you're going to get to the ball carrier 20 yards back? You just go back in coverage and play safety. Even with that, he's just terrible in coverage. Man. He's old.
Exactly.
Yeah, not fast, not quick.
Too old.
Slow.
He's he's slow both physically and mentally, processing the game. Obviously not an insult, but to process the game of football, you got to be really, really up there in how fast you do things. And he's definitely slowed down over the years. He slowed down, even though he had, I think, a career year in tackles last year in Arizona. If you go back and look some of the tape, he has slowed down in processing these offensive plays, and some of the tackles were because of his teammates helped him out and whatnot. So there's been signs there, and I say, yeah, let's just throw him in. But I gotta wonder, James Bettcher has done a decent job so far with a very young defense. Is there a reason? Do you think there's a reason he's keeping Julian Love out? Like for real? I can't think of anything.
Dude, I can't think of anything. I can't think of anything why they're not throwing. Maybe they're just trying to train him up a little bit, just because he did struggle in the preseason a little bit. But you can't get any worse than Antoine Bethea.
That's a fact.
He is so bad. I mean, at least Julian Love made some sort of plays that had me excited in the preseason. Like, he made some plays, and I was like, okay, maybe I like him at safety. Maybe I like him guarding in the slot and playing safety and dropping back as a safety. I like that. Just throw him in there, see what he's got. We've got nothing to lose. We're 2-4. We're 2-4.
Yo, facts.
And this is the best. This is the best chance to start him. That and against Miami, against Arizona, put Julian Love in there.
Oh,
Let him
against
play.
Arizona,
Corey Ballantine as
and-
well.
And against the Lions, because, I mean, I watched the primetime game last night. The Lions receivers, they all look like they don't have any hands. They drop so many balls. They're not
Lions
aggressive.
receivers, the Green Bay receivers, they suck.
Yeah. It would be a great, right now would be the perfect time. And actually, real quick, what do you think we should do with Sam Beal? Because at this point, I mean, it's a waste of a comp pick. I think we should let him go because I think Valentine is better, and I think that's another guy we should try and see at some point, Valentine. But Sam Beal, there's been reports saying, he's finally not injured after 2 years of being injured. Are we going to see him on the field? And in my opinion, nah. I think Valentine is better. I think he could be gone.
If Sam Beal plays, I fully expect him to get hurt the first game he plays. I'm just being completely honest. I'm just gonna be completely honest, man. I think we were gonna wait all this time. We're gonna be like,
yo, he's the dude from the SpongeBob, bro. I got paper skin, glass nose.
yeah, man. I'm telling you. As soon as he comes back, and the same thing with David Wilson or John B. Oh my God, John Beeson used to piss me off. We had him.
I forgot that dude existed.
We had him for I don't know, 2 or 3 years, and I'm talking every time. I'm talking not even in just the first game he played. The first play he was in, John Beeson is out with a concussion. John Beeson is not coming back into this game with a hurt knee. I'm like, this guy is made of glass. How is he even in the NFL?
Oh, yo.
I was like, this guy is so good and he's so injury prone. That's exactly what I'm getting. The vibes I'm getting from Sam Beal. Sam Beal cannot stay healthy. David Wilson was the same
So you agree
way.
with me then? You think we should let him go?
Oh,
you
hell
agree
yeah.
with me then? You think we should
Hell
let him go?
yeah. What do we have that we're wasting a roster spot for this guy? I think
Bro,
he's on
we
is he on IR?
comp-
Is he taking up a spot? Or is he on IR?
I think he's no. He was taken off IR, I think, which is why I brought it up because there was a lot of reports from beat reporters saying he's finally off IR or something like that.
Oh,
I mean, somebody in the chat could probably correct us with anything, but I'm pretty sure he's off IR.
Damn it, man. We're gonna have to cut somebody to
But
bring him on
like-
here. We gotta cut somebody to bring him on. Who the hell are we gonna cut?
Bro, cut him. Yo, cut him. I don't even know if we're giving him any money anyway, so the cap space would be minimal.
No, ain't
for real.
no money.
Oh, for real, Corey Ballantyne is really better than this dude.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
such
of
a firm
course.
believer in Corey Ballantyne, man. We got to see him on the field sometime. It's crazy.
Man, if they cut somebody I don't know, man. If they cut somebody that I'm just gonna be pissed off about, man. Don't cut any of our edge rushers. Don't cut any of our defensive linemen. If they cut a RJ McIntyre for Sam Beal, I'm gonna be livid, man. I'm gonna be livid just for this guy. Yeah, RJ McIntyre's good.
Doing good, bro.
Yeah.
For a 5th-round pick that was injured his rookie year, he's been doing good.
And a backup defensive end, man. Backup defensive end. He's out here making plays. So
I'm surprised he's doing as well as he is in the 3-4 system because I don't know. He's from University of Miami. I'm not sure what defense they ran, but his body type to me I thought that he would be in the 4-3 as a defensive end, but he's doing really well in this system.
Yeah, he's doing well. But yeah, man. But I'm gonna try to get to some more callers, man. But as always,
yeah, definitely.
As always, Hub. Always great talking to you, buddy. I thoroughly enjoy when you call, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you, man. You have a good one.
All right, buddy. I'll see you. Loopy is on time now. Here we go. Loopy. What is up, buddy?
What's up, bro? What's up, man?
What's up? What do you want to talk about?
Alright, you know, so this goes back to beyond, I mean, I'm talking about what we were talking about before. This goes back to beyond the Saquon Barkley draft. This goes back to, okay, I'm going to go back to as far as, remember the offseason where we spent, I don't know, it was like $150 million on defense. We came out that year, had a Super Bowl defense, and a toilet bowl offense. The offense couldn't put up 20 the whole fucking year. And ironically, this is the funniest part of that is in the playoff game, Eli was actually the best one on the field, but that team wasn't going anywhere. Cause that was for me right then and there. That season, I knew, okay, Eli's arm is dead. He's not even throwing past the sticks on 3rd down. He's playing hot potato. He's scared to get hit. He falls into the rush. Get there. I know Flowers, everyone on the line, fucking sucks because that is a really good point that I had. If you look at where Dallas got good, where Philadelphia got good, all the good teams in the league, the game starts at the line of scrimmage. They go
Of course.
first and second rounds. They go O-line, D-line, which is why we should have taken Gilliard, but we did go and we got out and we got Dexter Lawrence. That's been amazing. He's probably going to be end up becoming an All-Pro. He's a great player. So for me personally, this just goes back to the past 3 seasons. I'm a huge Giants fan. Obviously you don't know me personally. I'll get to know you more. But for me personally, the past 3 seasons have just been a complete hogwash because I knew coming into the year that it was with Eli back there. I'm not kidding. And I love Eli. He took us all the way to the time. There's not a starting quarterback in the league right now that I would take over. Eli Manning is probably 32 out of 32 at a starting quarterback in the league, and you're never going to win like that. So for me, the past 3 seasons coming into them, now it's all over with because you got a quarterback. But for me, the past 3 seasons, and if you look at it, we were supposed to draft Pat Mahomes. And in the whole Giants thing, we spent $150 million on defense. We went through a GM, a coach, every position player possible. The only common denominator was the fucking quarterback. And we held, and I was just going absolutely nuts. So it got to the point where we finally had the number 2 overall pick, and they didn't even want to look at the quarterback. They hired Stilmer and Gettleman playing that, okay, Eli has years left. McAdoo threw him on the bench, and that got him fired. I didn't like Ben McAdoo, but that was not the only thing Ben McAdoo was right about. Was Ben McAdoo was the only one that wanted to move on from Eli when everyone else was beating the fans. Were like, oh no fucking how the hell? But so and that's why I think it's very unfair. I think Shermer to fire Shermer now. He drafted Daniel Jones. That was his guy. I loved the pick at the time. I think Daniel Jones is a better Jimmy Garoppolo with legs. I think he's going to throw the best fade ball in the NFL. Danny Christensen, he dropped the ball right down the chimney. I love Daniel Jones. I thought it was a great pick when they drafted him. But now to fire Shermer was hired knowing that due to the matter. Do you remember what fucking Mara came out and said before the season? Oh, I hope Eli has years of commitment. He'll have to ever couldn't go. He over his instructions. I think it's very unfair to blame someone's play calling with the arguably the top 2 worst quarterbacks in the NFL. It's tough to blame someone for their play call. So that's why I don't even want to count the first 2 games because we were on our way to go 0-16. It was getting worse and worse every season as Eli got older and older. And we were on our way to go 0-16 first for 2. If they would have kept in Eli, they would have went 0-16, and that wasn't Shermer. That came from ownership. Ownership was forcing him to put. They were not going to hire a GM or a coach that didn't believe in the Eli has years left. And even though the past 3 years were hogwash because everyone knew he didn't have years left, and anyone could argue with this on this. So I love Saquon as a person. I love him as a player, and all that. But for me, it should have been done even. But if they could have even traded up, which they wanted to get Pat Mahomes, that it should have been the trigger then. So to me, I don't think it's very fair on Shermer. We still don't know what he is. I think he's good with quarterbacks. I don't think he's a leader of men. I think his clock management is the biggest issue. Like that game going into Tampa Bay, where that fucking dumbass down at the end of the game, he's snapping the ball with 30 seconds left on the play clock, knowing, hey, my defense blows. I don't want to give Tampa any time left. So he's snapping the incomplete passes with 25 to 30 seconds left. And I don't even want to blame Becky or Jenkins for that. Hampton should have never even got the ball back. He should have had the ball back with 15 seconds left if Shermer played the clock right. He did not. So I think to fire Shermer now and the guy he drafted, Daniel Jones, which no one wanted, looks pretty good under him. I think to fire him now and then who knows if you complete and utter Knicks or Mets-like because you're not to judge his play calling off a 4 year of Eli and then even this preseason, bro. We drafted a quarterback number 6, and you're still playing Eli in the damn preseason. Why are we paying him to hold a clipboard on the fucking bench? It's ridiculous. Eli is the highest paid player on the team, the biggest cap hit, and yet they brought him back to play him in the preseason. We're trying to get Jones ready, and Jones is not even taking all the preseason snaps. There's Eli back there. He has 20 years of experience. What do we need him? That was my head was gonna explode during that shit. But okay, but you know what? I'll get into enough of Eli. That era is done with. Panthers have been tough to watch, but whatever. It's done with. The Eli had years left era is over.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get into some points about the game real quick if I can.
Okay.
I just want to make a couple points. I trashed him. I actually thought Lorenzo Carter. Shout out to him. Shout out to the whole defense in general. Defense plays their fucking hearts out. I don't even give a shit. It got to the point where if you knew the defense was going to end up cracking because the offense is pretty miserable. But I want to, so I thought Tobbleson had a great game. I thought Dexter Lawrence had a great game. I thought Mayo actually showed some bright spots. He was inconsistent though. There was one play where they sent James White in motion and like he I don't know, he had his head of his ass, he didn't follow him, and then White, split. Like, they might have even done it himself. Bell thinks he's Le'Veon Bell. He can get a lot more yards, but he does that delay bullshit instead of just nailing the hole. I was even getting frustrated. I was like, geez, hit the hole. and Michelle is dancing. No, he thinks he's Le'Veon Bell with that delayed pass. Just hit the hole, man. So that helped us out. Like I said before, this wasn't really Roddy Dixon's fault. The up back got blown up completely. He got pushed back into. He still punts in slow motion. He's got to get that ball out. I knew coming into the game I knew New England was going to block one just because they're way too good on special teams every damn year, and I knew Belichick was going to say, we have a punter that's a ticking time bomb. Another thing that you noticed very early on in the game, Daniel Jones realized you're not going to break the pocket against New England. That is one thing that New England does extremely, extremely well. They don't let quarterbacks extend the play. Where if you notice, they rush and they don't break through the team. They rush in a straight line. They're not going to let anyone run around them. That's why when they play Mahomes, the pocket collapses inward. Like, you're never going to run on New England. And Daniel Jones realized that quick. Like, shit, I'm not talking in the team. They don't let me extend the play. Belichick has stressed his quarterback and Kane extremely because he knows that quarterback is looking to throw over your head. So as soon as the pocket breaks and he can extend the play, that's where he's actually more deadly than in the pocket. So I saw that. New England secondary was mugging the shit out of us, especially number 31, the piece of shit, was all over fucking Slayton the whole game.
Yeah.
Golden Tate the whole game. And also that I don't know, Sherman finally hit the ball to throw the 1 pound flag on the PI, and we still didn't get the call when it was very obvious that it was interference. I mean, I just don't understand, and I think that rule sucks anyway. It's horrible because it becomes way too ticky-tacky, but it's very frustrating that the rules in place, they're mugging us. We finally throw the challenge flag, and we don't get the call. I couldn't believe watching that. We had no separation all game long. And New England does not let you get any short shit. Their corners are pressing you at the line as soon as the ball snaps. The corners are up in your face, so they're not going to let us get into Shermer's little West Coast dink and dunk back. That was never going to work. But with what we have on offense right now compared to what New England has on defense, Daniel Jones threw the ball away 15 times. He could have thrown it away 45 times. I actually saw some shit online. I read something where it was I'll actually post it on your comment. He actually, since they started doing, I hate the next gen bullshit because it's all hogwash. Mm-hmm. But they said that in all the years that they were collecting the data, that the Giants got the least amount of separation, with an average of like 1.5 yards of separation on every throw, which is just ridiculous. Because that's going to be Corey Latimer is Ruben Randall 2.0. He's a bum. Okay, they put him on the bench last week. No. I'm serious. I don't like when we throw to him. I cringe every time because it's going to get. He doesn't. Other than last week we're running a bang slant. It's a 3rd and 4, and he's running the slant. He stops on the slant, and Gilmore almost intercepts it. You can never stop on a slant. That's a timing throw. That ball's coming out. Yep. Don't expect. That's anticipation. He expects you to be there. If you're going to fucking stop, get your ass on the bench. I don't want to see you in the game anymore. Latimer really, really sucks, which is why I'm happy they brought back Benny Fowler. Benny Fowler is way better than Corey Latimer.
I think that for sure. Benny Fowler is better.
Yeah, I've seen him make a contested catch before, where some of these Latimer, they don't want to give up on him because he was a 2nd-round pick before. He's just a bust. He's Ruben Randall 2.0. I'm telling you, they both went in the 2nd round. They're both lazy as shit. They both stop on their routes unexplainably. They're both assholes. As far as the game goes on I'm trying to think if there's any other points to kind of hit on with the Pats. Yeah, I mean, you guys hit on all the Antoine Bethea points. The reason why they don't want to put in Julian Love out there is probably because they're scared he probably looks like shit in practice, to be completely honest.
Yeah, that has to be the only reason, man. They can't be. That has to be the only reason.
Yeah, it has to be because for like you said, it can't get any worse than Bethea. So it really comes down to Bethay's actually probably outworking him in practice, which blows my mind. But as far as the game goes this Sunday, we're gonna need Marquise Golden, and literally Marquise Golden and Lorenzo Carter are going to have to set the edge. If we start letting, because Kyler Murray can be like us, he could be like Russell Wilson. He could be a little mouse running through holes. So
yep.
if we start pushing the pocket, which we're gonna do with Dexter Lawrence and DJ Hill, we're gonna start pushing the pocket. And if there's no one out there on edge contained, he is going to run. He's going to get this nightmare. If we don't win this game, my head is going to explode. I think there's no reason why we should lose to the Arizona Cardinals.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt we should be winning against the Cardinals. I know they have a good offense, but we should be winning.
Yeah. And also, too, I like the experience that the rookies are getting. I honestly, if you look at it, who's that Russian guy out of Old Dominion?
Zimenez. O'Shane Zimenez?
Okay, O'Shea, exactly. He's getting a shit ton of playing time. Even DeAndre Baker, which he's kind of looking like Eli Apple Jr. back there a little bit. But he's getting playing time, and he's a better corner press at the line. They're putting him in too many off coverages where he's getting confused on, oh, shit, I might not be always running with the guy lined up directly in front of me if I'm in a 3 deep or a 2 deep, or I might have contained. Just let him play press man, and I don't even give a damn. And they don't want to put him in press man that no backup, really, because Bethea is a non-existent deep safety. We don't have a deep safety right now. We have Peppers running around playing linebacker, which he's better at the line of scrimmage anyway. But we don't have a deep safety. We need a deep safety.
Yeah, absolutely right. We need somebody at safety.
What I was saying, back to what I was saying, I think going into this draft, what I really want to hit, because no team's going to give up on a good young offensive lineman. They just don't come like that. We had to throw a dynamic player in Beckham to get a guard. You think a team's going to trade you a tackle? You're out of your mind. You need to address these positions in the draft. They tried once, and Reese swung and missed horribly with Flowers, and then after that, it's just been Band-Aid picks like Remmers and Solder and these stupid idiots. The offensive line has to be addressed through the draft. And look at what Philly did when Philly won the Super Bowl, and they have Lane Johnson, they have they drafted Dillard last year in the first round, and Jason Peters, Zach Martin, Travis Frederick, Tyron Smith, all these guys on the Eagles and Dallas line are all first round picks. Okay, so and that's where the game starts. They could get away with putting a not game quarterback. I still think they can get away with it with the O-line they built through the draft. We're not going to get answers to that draft, assigning Remmers and fucking Solder and Jalapeno and these assholes. It's not going to work like that. We're not getting tackled that way. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So we need to address pass rush, okay, impact linebacker, pass rush, and offensive tackle coming into the draft. Those should be and wide receiver. But the NFL is deep at wide receiver. There's a lot of good wide receivers out there. We can address. That's one position. Wide receivers, I wouldn't even mind if there's a lot of good wide receivers out there. That's a deep position in the NFL. There's a lot of good wide receivers.
So let me ask you something. So if we go into the draft right now, what position are you going at? If you know a specific player, you can tell me that. But say we have like the 7th overall pick. I'll be fair and say like the 7th overall pick. Where are you going with position? And if you have a player in mind, where are you going with the player?
Wow. Oh, man. Put on the side here. Ooh, that's tough. 7th and 6th overall pick. Oh, man.
You don't have to know a player, but if you have to, like, a position.
No. Well, I can, you know what? I can give you, if you want to see, you want to see some good O-line play, if you watch Georgia has some monsters up there.
Andrew Thomas.
Okay. Yes. Georgia has some fucking beasts up there. Kentucky has a huge line. And do never sleep on, because you could get these guys, and this is what I like doing. This is what I like doing personally. I'd rather take an offensive lineman out of the Big Ten in the later first, second round, because SEC guys are always going to be gassing. So I'd rather take a tackle out of the Wisconsin line with beasts up there, Ohio State monsters up there. I'd rather take a Big Ten offensive lineman in the late first round, almost like a Ryan Conley, that guy that the Titans drafted a couple years ago. We should have had him at Mississippi State. Oh no, Jack Conley. We should have had him. Ryan Ramchick should have had one of them. I'd rather me personally, I think you get more value rather than taking someone in the SEC in the top 10 than almost sitting back and saying, if I could trade back and get 2 more picks and get 2 more Big Ten offensive linemen, because dude, don't sleep on Big Ten linemen. Don't sleep. It's not even don't sleep. Everyone knows Nebraska, Penn State, fucking Wisconsin. I mean, all these schools have some big ass, some big ass motherfuckers up there. So I would, but. And then if you're gonna go in the top 10, put it this way, I'd go the first position. I'll be honest. The first position that I would address is offensive tackle. If we can get a career left tackle, that would be ideal. Second position would be pass rusher. Obviously if you can get a huge pass rusher, that would be good. And then third, I would probably go impact linebacker, just because we haven't had a good inside linebacker. Actually, you're talking about. Heard everything here, but we never have a good inside linebacker. And a lot of the problems the Giants have, don't sleep on this. The Giants, after that second Super Bowl, let's just say they overestimated how good they thought they were. And a lot of the players that from the India Costa days, a lot of those defensive players like the O.J. Muir, the Cox, the Strahan, they either got old, even Barry Cofield. I mean, Val Joseph. I still never wanted to get rid of him. A lot of the players that they had during that second Super Bowl either got old, they let the wrong ones go, and they thought they were a little bit better than they were. When in reality, I mean, Eli was playing out of his mind that year, and they went all the way with the in reality, they might have been, they weren't they still went 9-7 that year. Is what I'm saying. So I think that everyone got contract extensions. Reese got a huge extension, and he was living on a lot of success from the Ernie Acosta days. If you look at the players that were drafted, like even Amani Toomer, like they weren't his picks. So he inherited a very good roster, and I feel like and I don't like ripping Reese too much, because he did bring us all the way. That is the point. That's the whole point of it. The point is to go all the way. Those are some of the best things, some of the best days of my life. So I don't want to rip Reese much, but I do believe that maybe we thought we were a little bit better than we were winning that second Super Bowl. So that kind of screwed us a little bit. And then from there, they became very indecisive. Like, put it this way, the Tom Coughlin move, I don't know if Tom Coughlin got dementia or what, but his clock management, in his last couple of years, every fucking game, in 2014, 2015, we had the lead with under a minute. If he managed the clock better in any one of those games, like I said, almost like how Shermer did against the Bucs, if Coughlin had to manage the clock how we used to, we would have never have lost all those games. So he had to go too, but they became very indecisive in what they were doing. They didn't know how to move on from Kevin Gilbride. They didn't know how to move on from Eli Manning. They did not know how to move on from Coughlin. That whole thing with McAdoo benching Eli for Geno Smith happened. They became very indecisive in what they wanted to do. Where even the sign Beckham and then we're going to trade him for less value, or Eli has years left, but then we're going to take a QB at 6 and bring back a quarterback who's taking $23 million cap hit.
Yeah.
They became very indecisive, where it's just it should be one direction, split go, rather than one step left, one step right, one step back. That's what they started to do. And
hey, Loopy, I hate to call Loopy.
I made as many points as I can. Thank you for having me. Great show, and go Giants.
Yes, sir. All right, man. I'll see you.
Thank you.
All right, buddy.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Yep. All right. I like Loopy. All right, we're gonna get a call here. All right, guys, we're gonna make this quick, really quick, guys, really quick. Everybody that's calling in, really quick. What's going on, man? What's going on? You're
Hey,
live. Hello?
what's up? Yeah, hello?
What's up? What's going on, man?
Yeah, what's going on? So, where should we talk about Shermer or the defense? Up to you.
No, man, that's up to you. You're the caller. Who is this, by the way?
Aryan.
Okay, what's going on, man? Go ahead. Yeah, whatever you gotta say, man. Go ahead, spit it out. We're gonna try to move this a little quickly, though. But go ahead.
All right. So, I don't think Shermer should get fired, although like his clock management and all is bad, because like they just drafted Jones, and like he's the one that's been developing Jones the whole season.
Yeah.
Like he's basically going to. So if they fire Jones, then if they fire Shermer, then like basically you're ruining Jones like the next 2 years, because if you hire a new coach, then it takes time for Jones to learn his new system of, like, just say they hire Mike McCarthy. They have to he has to get used to Mike McCarthy, and McCarthy likes to run the ball a lot.
So do you think we keep Pat Shermer for the next 3 years? Or are
2
you
3 years until Jones becomes experienced in the NFL.
Okay, I mean
Right
that's
now-
that's an interesting opinion. To me, I want to do that. I would like Pat Shermer to be the guy. I don't want to have to fire anybody. I want it all to work out. But there comes a point where a team is going to get impatient with it because the play calling. I don't think Dave Gettleman is going to be able to handle another 3 years of this terrible play calling. You know.
If Sherman becomes a better coach, the players like him. You can tell that the players like him a lot better than the players like McAdoo.
Yep.
So it's all about the players. If they just say they go 7-9, 8-8 this season, right? They draft a wide receiver from like Oklahoma or Alabama, or they draft a good defensive player. Then they go like 9-7, 10-6. You see improvement there, and they make the playoffs the next season. If you give Jones weapons, he'll excel. But injuries just kill us every year. That's the problem.
Yeah, that is definitely a huge problem, and that's something that a lot of teams deal with, but it seems like the Giants deal with the most. Saquon Barkley, Evan Ingram, Sterling Shepard, all out against the Patriots, but
yeah,
that's ridiculous, man. But
Do you
anything
think
else?
Do you think we're gonna win this Sunday?
I want to believe that. I want to say we're gonna win. I'm not 100% sure, just because Kyler Murray, him being who he is a huge factor. The Giants can't really set the edge, but it's hard to determine. But as far as, I'm not worried about Daniel Jones versus the Cardinals defense. I'm really not. And this may be a huge shootout, man, because both defenses are really bad.
If you heard what Pepper said last week against New England after like the game, he was like, "You're gonna be accustomed to that, the old Giants defense." If they bring that attitude back, because I think Jenkins is playing a lot better, and Baker's starting to learn. Like Brady didn't throw on Baker's side as much as like he would have the first few games. Like if you really looked at it, like Baker did not play that well, but Brady also sucked that game. So
all right, buddy. So I'm gonna get ready to finish these calls up, buddy. All right. Well, thanks for calling, man.
Yeah. All right. Bye.
All right, buddy. Bye. All right, let's pick this up.
All right, buddy.
What's going on, man? You're live.
What's up? It's
What's
Yankee King.
Yankee King, what's up, man? Man, you gotta briefly, because I'm gonna end the show soon, but you gotta briefly explain to me what's going on in your head, man. Tell me what's going on with all these trades and stuff like that, buddy.
One word.
Bill.
Well, one word. Dynasty. You trade a couple people, it'd be addition by subtraction. You subtract the letters contract, Soder's contract, Tate. Well, Tate you could literally just cut, but I'd rather trade him for a pick. With all these guys you could trade, shop everybody with value. Only keep the young guys like Barkley. Only keep the guys you're building around. Trade everybody else. Tell every NFL, the GM, everybody else is available. And then you build that. And let's say you get a 9 and under pick. You trade that pick back and you get more picks to develop this team around Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley.
So say we trade Nate Solder right now. I'm like, who are we gonna put at tackle? There's no one to put at tackle. Then we have to trade for a tackle, and that just doesn't do any good.
To be honest, I would just tell Daniel Jones you're just going to have to eat it for a year. And then just tell him this will get better for you. Trust me.
I'm doing this because I love you.
For you.
I'm doing this because I love you.
Yeah, a little bit of tough. It's going to be a little tough for him through the last couple of games. Through the last couple of games, it's going to be tough for him to get anything going.
Wow. I mean,
but I would not play Saquon Barkley in this Miami game. I would just sit him out for a while.
Yeah.
Make sure he's 100% healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Sterling, I'm putting him out for the whole year.
Yeah.
All right, you have had 2 concussions.
Mm-hmm. I completely
just sit out
agree
for 2020.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you on that one. He should be sitting out the rest of the year. But yeah.
Yep. But imagine how many picks we would have to just build around Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley, and on the defense. Oh, wait, I want to say one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Would you move Lorenzo Carter to inside linebacker from outside linebacker to inside?
No, you're not the only person. Somebody else said that before, and dude, it can't happen. He doesn't have he can't stand all the time. He doesn't have that sideline to sideline quickness you need an inside linebacker. He could drop back in coverage, but he's not an inside linebacker. He can guard a flat or two, but he's mostly a pass rusher. That guy is a pass rusher. That's all he is. I would not put Lorenzo Carter at inside linebacker. If you're going to put anybody at inside linebacker, it's going to be Jabril Peppers, not Lorenzo Carter.
But to be honest, I think Jabril is not a strong safety. He's more like a free.
Nah, he's more like a strong.
Why the hell are we playing Janoris Jenkins and Antoine Bethea? What the hell?
Well, I mean, Janoris Jenkins is getting a little better, but Bethea is ridiculously bad. Julian Love should be in there already, but yeah.
Every game that I look at, I'm like, Bethea, play better. Raise your trade value, you idiot.
Yup. Yeah, absolutely.
Whatever, your trade value is dead. Janoris, at least you're playing better. Your trade value is going up.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping Janoris Jenkins plays a lot better because I firmly believe he's going to be traded. There's no way he's not.
Yeah.
He's got to be traded. But, yeah, man. But anything else you want to mention before I let you go?
Bold prediction.
Uh-huh.
Giants start a dynasty in 2020. It won't be a Patriots dynasty, because that's impossible to replicate.
Mm-hmm.
But it will be a nice little couple of years of good play.
Dude, I hope so. I absolutely hope so.
Instead of years that we've been singing derp for every freaking year. It'll be fun to not be a derp.
I know.
Once.
I know. We need to get back to that, just to be an excellent team. But all right, buddy. Thanks for the call, bud.
All right, later.
All right, man. Mike, are you still here? Mike, you're the only person I'm reserving a call for, Mike. If you're still here, you could call for about the next 5 to 7 minutes. If you're still here, Mike. If you're still here, then just call. You don't need to say anything. But if you're not, then I'm just going to end it. But, yeah, guys, this was a great show. I got in a lot more callers. This is exactly what I wanted. And I let you guys talk for the most part just because I know we had a couple of callers that talk for a long period of time, because I allow that just because they don't get the chance to talk all the time. They don't always get the chance to talk, because I always have 3 or 4 callers at the end. But as I start to have more callers, I'll start to limit that a little bit. 5 minutes per call and all that stuff. You're here? All right, Mike. Get a call in if you want to call for the last 5 minutes, man. Right around 10:15, I'm ending it. I'm trying to call and it keeps hanging up. I'm not doing nothing. I'm right here. I'm not getting any ring, nothing. But yeah, guys, breaking news that you guys just brought into me just now. Muzz just said it. Ryan Tannehill has been benched. No, Marcus Mariota has been benched for Ryan Tannehill. That is extremely interesting, and I think that was part of Tennessee's plan all along. They needed to get a backup plan. They knew they were going to bench Marcus Mariota. They wouldn't trade for a guy like Ryan Tannehill, who used to be a starter, for to bring him in as just a backup, just a normal backup. No, they firmly believe Marcus Mariota is inconsistent. His awareness is terrible. Sense of urgency is terrible. Let's bring in a former starter in Miami and see what we can do there. So I'm thinking about gonna restart my phone. Mike Nixon, you probably won't have time for that, man. If anything, I'll just reserve you for next week. You'll be the first caller in. And not that you're not the first caller all the time, but if you want to just save it for next week, man, we could just save it for next week. But yeah, guys, I think he's restarting his phone now. I'm just gonna end it. I'll tell him that he's we'll save it for next week. But all right, guys, I'm going to end it right now. Let me know let me know your thoughts about everything in the comment section after this video is posted, or whatever. Make sure you guys check out my KB Sports Talk video. I got 2 of them out right now. So yeah, all that being said, great stream, fantastic stream, guys. Thank you guys for joining in, and I will see you guys in the next stream.